All right, guys, so what you see on the screen here, these are the papers that you got last week. What I'm going to have you guys do is you're going to go ahead and work through this lab. Now, up in the corner, you will see here's graph number 1. On the back, here's graph number 2, graph number 3, and then there's a blank one, okay? All right, so on graph number 1, we are going to do just forward motion, okay? Now, when you're doing this, okay, obviously you need a title. Remember, title is the effect of whatever's on the x-axis on the y, okay? Don't write this word for word. Fill it in with what it's supposed to be. Okay, so your graph you're going to do later, and we're going to go down here. What you guys are going to do is you are going to, for 10 seconds, okay, you are going to figure out what's the distance that you traveled in 10 seconds, okay? So, and you'll notice that all the distances on these are for 10 seconds. Now what I should have done was label this, okay? But I didn't, so I'm doing it now. Okay, so all of our time is going to be in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, what was the number of tiles that you traveled? All right. It is up to you to decide how you're going to do this. If you're going to have someone stop you every so often and count how many tiles you've traveled from the start. If this is the hallway, okay, and you have the tiles here, okay, let's pretend that these are the blue ones. You would start with your feet on the line, and as you go, you would count the number of tiles that you traveled in a certain amount of time. So you walk, okay, and let's say that at 10 seconds you land right there, okay? Well, you have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5.25 number of tiles, okay? So if this was my thing, so at 10 seconds, the distance that I've traveled from the start, from here to here, would be about 5.25 tiles. So something like this, okay? So the first one, you're just going to do forward motion. Graph number 2, oh, blood through on the back. Graph number 2, what you're going to do is you are going to walk forward for 5 seconds, okay? You're going to count the number of tiles, okay? Then you're going to stop. Okay, you're going to continue timing for the entire 10-second time frame. But as far as your data table goes, you are only going to have your distance is going to change. 0, obviously your distance is 0. At 1 second, how many tiles have you gone? At 2 seconds, how many tiles have you gone? 3, 4, 5. And at 5 seconds, you're going to stop moving. Time is going to keep on going until you get to 10. So whatever distance you were at 5 seconds, it's going to be the same at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So again, this one you're walking forward for 5 seconds. You're going to count the number of tiles for each time. And then you're going to stop. Okay? Until that timer has gone off for 10 total seconds. That's what you're going to do. All right? So here's what I want you to do at that point in time. At that point in time, you have data down here, but you don't have a graph up top here. You're going to take your data that you have gathered and you're going to graph it. We are making a line graph. Okay? Same thing on the other one. So line graph, line graph. Once you get your data here, you're going to graph it. Okay? Graph number 3. We are going to skip this one. Okay? Well, kind of. Actually, no. Here's what you're going to do for graph number 3. This is going to be your challenge. Okay? Here's what you need to do. You need to do some sort of motion whether it be forwards, backwards, stopped, running, crawling, preferably not crawling. By crawling, I mean like walking really, really, really slow. Okay? I do need you to keep your motion in a straight line because we have not talked about curves yet. Okay? What I want you to do, you're still going to, for distance, it's the number of tiles. Time, we're still working in seconds, and you're still going to go for 10 seconds. But what I want you to do is to figure out what your motion or what you're going to do. Are you going to walk slowly? Okay, well, how many tiles have you gone in 1 second? How many tiles have you gone in 2 seconds, etc., etc. And then I want you to graph it because I want you to be able to do is to exchange graphs with people and then for them to figure out what you are doing to show that kind of line on the graph. Okay? So that's what you guys are going to be doing. You'll be doing it in the hallway. Do need you to be quiet while you're out there working and you have this class period to do that. Okay? Good luck. I can't wait to see what you come up with. If you're not sure what to do, figure it out. Okay? All right, there we go. Feel free to stop and watch this again if you need to.